Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Plans. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
What's good, man? Good to be
First I want
locked
to say
in.
condolences to you. I know we've been talking before we rolled this camera.
Yeah,
you told me
yeah.
your uncle passed away, and
Yeah.
condolences, man. I know it's hard.
Yeah. Man, I was taught though, word is bond. So I gave you my word I'm gonna be here, gonna knock this out, then go be with the family.
Straight up, man. This your first time on Changeofplanz, man.
Yeah.
We've been supposed to do this for a long time. Long time.
Some years.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was like 2017, 16, 17. But I want to say first, before we get off into this interview, like, what's your mental state? Like, how you feeling, really?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm blessed, man. Like, one thing about my uncle was, 70-something, so that's a blessing. We just all wish we can live to be that old, you know what I'm saying? So.
Straight up, man. But I want to go on. I'm about to go ahead and get straight into it.
Let's
now,
do it.
we good now. We good now. This years ago. But I'm going to go ahead and address it. Some years ago, we kind of had some exchanges on Facebook about we not doing this interview. Let's go ahead and address it. Like, what was going on at that time? What were you feeling so we can talk about it?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know why we ended up not doing the interview. I just know, man, we had some disagreements. I don't know what happened, man, to be honest. Yeah. You're going to refresh me, because if it was on Facebook, you probably remember more than me.
I kind of do, but at the time, we were supposed to do an interview, but I don't know if it happened when you wanted to happen. Like, it didn't happen right then.
I think at that time, to think about it, it was a lot going on in the city, you know what I'm saying, with different people and beefs, me managing certain artists, people taking sides. It was a lot. So I think it was more so like personal feelings on both sides. Stuff got in the way, or people saying this, saying that. Whatever the case, it's the past, though, man. We've grown since then. So I really don't even remember. I don't really dwell on negative, honestly.
I feel. Cause man, I'm going to ask, because like, we ain't never just sit there and talk about it, but it's like, dang, we was supposed to do the interview, but we just never got to it. I'm like, damn, she coming at me. Like, what's going on?
And then the thing about it is probably what happened with a lot of times in the black community. Miscommunication or non-communication.
Damn, I didn't think about that. So, could be. I mean, could be. But let's get started, man. This your first time on this platform, and people need to know. We both from the same city. But you come from a different section.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tell us about the section you grew up in and stuff like that.
Oh, of course, we Tygris, Louisiana, Hillside. That's my hood. Man, I grew up, in the era I grew up in, you either seen crack smokers or crack sellers, honestly. All the youth, we was playing sports, some type of sports, football, basketball, baseball, softball. And, once I got older, I really got into music. Music was always in my bloodline, but, I was stuck between basketball and music. I stopped growing. When I realized I wasn't growing anymore, music was all it was, man. So, here we are today.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you give us a timeline? Like, when did this all occur as far as, like, hey, I'm about to just take this music on?
Coming up, probably from age 5 all the way to high school, everywhere when I had a basketball with me. That's what everybody knew me for, dribbling ball, shooting ball, playing ball. I'll say I got in the 9th grade. I played ball junior high in 9th grade. I didn't make the team. Come to find out. But look, the crazy part about it, come to find out, it was another Johnson at Central.
Oh, okay.
And they had us mixed up. Like, one thing I can tell the youth, when they say, who you are will make it to the school before you make it, that's true. The other Johnson had a bad rep. It made it to Negative Central before they got there. They got us mixed up. The coach didn't pick me. Then she found out later on the Johnson she actually put on the team was the one that had the bad rep, but I didn't want to play after that. It was whatever. So, music in the streets, to be honest.
Yeah, music in the streets. Now, I want to highlight this. All right, basketball was over with. You just started to rap. Now, I know at one time, you got into the parties too. But the rap came before all that, right?
See, I was rapping. I've been rapping since a kid. It's not like it is now. The kids these days don't realize how lucky they are. We didn't have social media. We had MySpace probably late in the high school, but we didn't have social media like this. I was always rapping. At probably like 13, 14, I joined a group called the Hillside Hardheads. Shout out to C-Dog, Boo You. Then I ended up being with So Thunderous. Rest in peace to Big House. Anybody knows So Thunderous later became POC. So like music and sports was always hand in hand. I started selling CDs at like 15. I probably was like the first person in the city able to sell my CDs, $20 a pop. People was buying them. So the parties came after. I was doing performances in junior high, high school.
Okay. But I want to highlight this. I want to say this too. To name Dundas Records, Mention House, and all these guys. I know we had the Square Boys at this time. Of course, Jeffrey Lynn, Hollywood King was doing this thing. Big Uncle was doing this thing.
Yeah.
You was
Can't leave out Cash Flow.
Cash Flow too. I forgot
Can't
about
leave out Cash Flow.
I'm just going off the head right now when I'm thinking about it.
Rest in peace, DB.
Yeah. It was a vibrant scene at the time. A lot of talented artists. What was it like rapping? And I think you was the only female at the time, really?
Yeah, really. After me came Tavy and Diamond.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like during that time? And you got all these talented people rapping, even Mike C, R.I.P. Mike C. I mean, you know, he was with the Square Boys. All this stuff going on. What was it like during that time?
I mean, I knew I was special. I was born that way though. I always stood out. Always, man, challenged the odds, beat the odds. So it was cool, like, man, back then though. A lot of people don't understand, like a lot of Jeffrey Lynn music been stolen. You know, we ain't gonna go into details to what songs. I'm sure that done circulated, you know, with him and some BR artists, but yeah, Jeffrey Lynn probably one of the most talented artists that ever graced the mic, to be honest.
I can see that. I would.
I'm talking about the grace the mic. Jeffrey Lynn, Mike C, they was ahead of their time.
For sure. And it's crazy. Me and Jeffrey Lynn was on Facebook one day. We was going back and forth. I think he in Dallas now.
Yeah.
We supposed to link up. I think somebody hacked him now, but we was going back and forth.
I can make it happen.
We gonna do it. We talked about it for sure. We talked about it, but it's long overdue for him. Too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hollywood too. All them boys are doing their thing.
Definitely.
But just to highlight him, cause I remember I was in high school at the time when I was really just getting into rap. I had to be like 13, 14.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing about these guys through school and stuff like that. So I get it. But yeah, go on.
No, you good. You good.
Because at that time, man, Tygris was just different. It was fun. It was different. It was everything to me at the time.
The crazy part about it, a lot of people don't realize, like, Louisiana as a whole has some of the most naturally talented people.
Period.
When I'm saying all the arts, people don't understand, like, arts, drawing, rapping, poetry, all the arts, cutting hair, doing hair. Louisiana has some of the most naturally talented people. Then when you look at it, sports, man, we have some of the most athletic, naturally talented people. But the thing about it is Louisiana is stuck so far in behind in time. We're probably the only state that still have parish.
Yeah, we are.
We still stuck in the old Jim Crow laws. And the thing about it is a lot of people hearing negatives still have the Willie Lynch syndrome. So our people are behind, they think they progressing, they not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're our own worst enemies. And these days, now these kids here, the kids, the teenagers, they want to live like they're in BR. They want to live like they're in Shreveport, you know. And I'm not taking anything away from those places, but when they want to live like those places, and what they're doing is taking away all the negative sides. You know what I'm saying? Baton Rouge is a beautiful place, to be honest. You know, but we're watching the media glorify and magnify all the violence and the negativity, and then you have the teens here trying to mimic that. When one thing about it, what a lot of people don't realize, the only way you can truly be different is be yourself.
You right. Now, I want to say this. I don't want to play devil's advocate, but we talking about kids in the city. It was at one point you was out here thugging too.
Yeah.
And nobody couldn't tell you nothing. Now, I don't know what made you like, I'm a change, but the fact that, I know you kind of understand because you were there as well. You was there at one point. So, but at the end of the day, like, you kind of got to understand, like, these are kids.
I wouldn't say, first of all, I don't even like when people say that. I was never thugging. I was just myself. The thing is, a lot of people following the trend now. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You have people do certain stuff for survival. You have certain people do stuff, they have stuff built up, anger, whatever the case, or somebody did them something. That's a different ball game. But nowadays you have people just doing stuff to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally different ball game. Totally different.
You're so right about that. Now, before we get off in more of that, I want to revert back to this timeline for us, these parties and what was going on. At one point in time, when we was having fun, Cause now you just can't go nowhere because you got to be on defense at all time. But we were going to Miss Derple parties.
Yeah.
We was going to Wayland parties. We was going to Beaufort. We was going to your parties. You done packed out the reg too.
They don't understand.
So
that.
I gotta insert that in there. You played a part in what was really going on as far as festivities in the city. But to go back to that time, like what was really going on for the people who don't know what you were doing?
Man, back then, you could have parties Thursday through Sundays. Every club that was on the highway was packed. You know, Thursdays, man, you had the college parties, the Qs, the Alphas, whatever. Like, man, the Ben Johnson capacity probably was 1,700. You had 2,200 in there easily. On a Thursday night, first night of school, Monday, Tuesday night, parties, left and right. I mean, then what it was, the difference between then and now is, if you seen somebody balling back then, it motivated you to go get it. Nowadays, they see somebody balling, they turn into haters. They want to rob them. They want to kill them. For what, though? That's the difference.
Dang. I ain't think about that. Yo, cause man, you come down to King on a Sunday, everybody got their cars out, slabs out, and it's just like, man, I gotta give me one. Or I like what he got going on. Now it's like,
man, he think he all that. Like, come on, man. You never know what somebody go through to get where they are. You know what I'm saying? We used to throw block parties without security. And don't get me wrong, East and the West Side been beefing forever. But the worst case scenario, man, people are scrapped. The worst case scenario back then, man, somebody get jumped. Like, murder's always been around, but not to this magnitude. Shooting's not to this magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have people that to get out there and actually fight. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not glorifying any of it, because the older I get, the more I look at it like, well, do we really have to do any of it? You know what I'm saying? You'll see people like, man, I wish they just fight it out. Man, I wish we just can agree to disagree. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody getting money, you feeling some type of way, go get you something. Mm-hmm. No matter how they getting their money or whatever they doing to get their money, man, find your own lane. Right. That's how I look at it. It got so bad, like, man, they killing people that would actually help. You know, Dog, bless the dead, Mike B, these are people I know that will help any and everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And you speaking about Dog, I didn't know about Dog like that. I seen him when I was young. Him, let's see, same thing about Mike B. His other guys had passed away, but when he died, I'll put it like this, which death from the city hurt you the most that you can think about?
I'll say my nephew, when T got killed. Long-lived throwback, R.P. Terrence D. Morris. Like, when my nephew got killed, I carried that death with me. A lot of people don't understand. Like, sometimes it still hit me, but, you know, when I got really in tune with my spiritual side, I'm good. But, like, I carried that death with me probably up until a few years ago. Yeah. You know? And for several reasons. For one, we both was 19 when it happened. And, you know, at that age, I just felt like if I was there, either he would still be here or we both would be gone. There's no way, I'm just being honest, there's no way my nephew would have lost his life, and he'd have been the only person who lost his life that day.
And T was a cool guy.
Yeah.
He was a grade above me. He was playing ball in NJ's. He was, oh man, this dude had talent. Yeah. Like for sure.
And they hated on him. You know, that's how I started coaching basketball, travel league ball, TD Tigers. I started in memory of my nephew. If people that didn't know me personally don't even know that, but like I'm 19 out here coaching 32 kids on the road, 19 years old on the road with 32 kids left and right. That's what my cousin D. Brad. You know, he was probably, no, I'm lying. I take it back. I started at 21 coaching. D was 19. We on the road every weekend with other people's kids. We still kids ourselves, you know, but that's how I knew we was destined for greatness, you know what I'm saying? Like, we taking our weekends as teenagers out, young adults out every weekend with other people's kids, you know what I'm saying? His parents used to send their kids on the road with not $1 all weekend. And it's cool if you didn't have the money, but you probably had food stamps, send some Gatorades or something for the team, you know? But even with that, got people from the community hate on that. You see what I'm saying? Like, we our own worst enemies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I hate that it's been going on like this, but we gonna highlight that it is some people that still care. I see you got school not
Schools, not sales.
School not sales. Talk about that, cause you know you doing good work with the kids. Have you highlighted years ago?
Yeah.
You rapping, you doing parties, you selling CDs. You always been a self-made person.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this transition.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was I'm trying to see. A few years ago, I put the first and only time I put guns in the video. I looked back at that video and I was like, that's not me. You know what I'm saying?
Which video was it?
Dive in your shit. It was Future and Draco, R.I.P. Draco. That's an artist out of Alexandria. He passed away too. And I put guns in the video. And once I watched that video, I'm like, man,
did you take it down?
Nah, it's still up. I can't even get in that YouTube account. Matter of fact, anybody that can help me get in my old YouTube account, I need to get in there.
Dang.
But yeah, I can't even get in the YouTube account at all. And that just show you, like, cause when I made this transition, I wanted to go snatch it down. God was like, nah, people need to see that side of you. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids need to know, like, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? You're not perfect. None of us are perfect, but we've been there. And God blessed us to make it through there, but there's so many around us that didn't make it through that. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked at that video, I was like, I'm a part of the problem. I checked myself, nobody else. I was like, man, nah, it's time for me to become a part of the solution. So I stopped rapping. And I ain't gonna say I stopped rapping because I still have it. To be honest, I bet on myself. It ain't too many people that can out-rap me. But I said any other music I drop has to have a positive message in it. You know what I'm saying? So I started being heavy on the activism work. So the school's not sales. A lot of people don't realize the school pipeline to prison is real. Yeah. They tearing down a lot of schools, but they throwing up more jails. So schools not sales, man. We need more education, less incarceration.
You right about that. And since I've been traveling going all over different places, going to these inner cities, Chicago, Baltimore, Philly, and you pass by these big buildings boarded up, and I'm like, bro, that's a school.
Yeah.
When I first seen that, like, that kind of just changed my whole mindset. Like,
yeah,
something going on here, something big going on here, man. But I want to say this as well. I'm proud of what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not perfect. You not perfect. We from the same city. We know the same people, whatever. But to see going from there, going there, making these transitions, to be like, man, it's amazing to see. You know, for sure. But I want to go back to this music. That's one thing that I know you ain't gonna never run from.
I'm still in it. I do artist management now. You know, of course, I have my artists under me. So
that's what I'm about to bring up. I know you doing that. Do you feel like they respect you now more as an artist or a manager now?
When you say they, who is they?
Like the people. Like, you always been tied in with people.
People, man.
You really managing now. Like, man, you got artists now.
What's crazy? I think as a person, I'm well respected.
For sure.
Artist-wise, it depends on who the person is. You know, I think I have more respect as an artist because of what I represented as an artist, and people glorify that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this something that shocked me. Mr. Little Kid that he been around me since he was a baby. He's probably like 11 now, and I hadn't seen him in a few years. I went around him. He had a death in the family. I went around to check on him probably like 2-3 weeks ago, and he said, man, T, I like the old you. Why you took your grill out? Man, I don't like this. You didn't get back to the old you. I'm like, what you mean? Like, you ain't the same. I was like, I don't supposed to be, you know? And it was kind of a bittersweet moment because kids pay attention to everything. Man, this kid can tell me how old he was the last time I seen him, what we did the last time I seen him, what I had on, how it was, and versus now, you know. But it's good to see that he see the growth. He don't realize it's good now. Yeah. But when he get older, maybe that'll, you know, hit a light switch on to him like, yeah, like that wasn't what it was supposed to be, you know?
Okay. Man, kids are amazing. They smart.
They watch everything.
Everything. But I want to highlight this. Can you name the artists? Who are you working with? Who do we need to know about? Talk to us.
Oh, man, right now, Chulo, of course. Chulo, Thug Love, man, Thug changed his name every week, so.
Yeah, for sure.
But this, Chulo and Thug Love, man, y'all gotta pay attention. They definitely coming.
Yeah.
Like they some young entrepreneurs, to be honest, man. These two, some of the most vibrant artists out there, to be honest, man. I suggest you lock in. Forget what you heard. Check out and go for what you know.
For sure, man. They
Real
definitely
talk.
doing their thing, especially Chudo. I want to ask you this, man, as a collective, cause you do interviews too. We gonna talk about that. As a collective, like, how do you feel about the scene in the city in its entirety? Like, not just one or two artists, like everybody.
Oh man, that's a monster there to tell you. You about to throw me out there.
No, I ain't trying. I'm just saying,
To be honest,
I can.
I mean, I can stand behind whatever I say. If we can go all the way around with the music. There's never been an album came out the city that go harder than Cash Flow album. Not and anybody can say whatever they feel. There's never been an album that go harder. There's never been a label that came out the city that's produced more than Tygris Records, which is now POC. Man, you have to give these people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like House did for the city. Almost everybody that was rapping or an artist from my time on has either been under that label, affiliated with that label, or wanted to. And a lot of people don't understand a lot of the hate and animosity that POC get now is because of what they've done. You know what I'm saying? These people's done things that nobody else haven't. So man, you gotta be able to give people their props. You know what I'm saying? Far as now, like man, we have some talent in the city. I'm gonna be honest, the problem is no marketing and promotion. People not putting money behind their stuff. All these rappers wanna rap, drop videos. They don't want to pay for their beats. They're not paying for marketing. They don't want to pay for artwork. They be like, you know what?